Hello there everybody and welcome back to falmunction plays Doki Doki Literature Club. Who should I read my poem to next? I think the answer is gonna be Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. ... Well done, falmunction. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Okay, here we go. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. Rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. So, it's like about dependency? Knowing that you don't want that person or thing or whatever to connect to you, but you do it anyway out of some sort of inkling that doesn't really, I don't think it really shows in the writing. But there's also like this sinister underlying feeling underneath it with the knife coming up all the time and blood and excitement. I don't know. Feels a little, maybe not creepy, but like uneasy. Yeah. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying an emotion through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. That's funny. ... question mark? Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? I would agree with that. Please don't tell her about I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Well, there's only one left. Yeah, I appreciate, Yuri coming around. Like, I thought she was kind of out of line yesterday. Like, kind of showed her how she was dismissive, and it kind of showed her misguided or misguided superiority where there shouldn't be any. But that's also part of growing up. That's part of being a teenager as well. Like, the most important thing is that she learns, and it does seem like she does. ... Falmunction. I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? God damn it, just go out on a date. It's not gonna help. Even if it's just, try it out for a week or so and see how you guys like it. If it doesn't work out, at least it seems like she might be the kind of person where maybe you could go back to being friends if it doesn't work out. But the whole will you, won't you is just gonna tear up the whole situation. Sometimes it's best to just try things out and see where you're going with it, like. But of course, that's anime drama for me, so what am I supposed to do? Anyway, but you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things, like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. Sigh. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? Pat Sayori's head. I mean, the way he's been fiddling with her and, like, patting her head, and I guess they've been friends long enough that that's okay. So I won't be bringing that up all the time. Just remember that I'm having my reservations. Hey, I'm not a kid, Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Excuse me. Hey, Falmunction. Will you give me a poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Sorry, you're completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Sigh. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap! I broke my pencil. Okay. If it were for me, she might just be the least likely I'd connect with and might want to be starting something with. But she is very cute, so I'll give her that. Like, I would be totally friends with her, and that's it. That's definitely it. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Excuse me. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on a shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Excuse me, what's going on? It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? Frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They are shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Yeah. This is a little more... Again, maybe concerning is not the right word, but it's more like she's definitely bringing up a problem here. And it starts right off with talking about her brain in that way, popping off her scalp. Maybe it's about being uncomfortable when it comes to lots of people all at once demanding your attention. And I mean, it's clearly like either her like sunny demeanor is more of a maybe not a mask, but like a curtain or something. It's a facade where she has to put up her friendliness, her approachability, but deep inside sometimes that's just too much, and she has to retreat, but she can't, and then when things go too far, then the whole thing falls down. I think that the whole bottle analogy is pretty great. The way the writer expressed it here, so kudos to that. That's pretty well done. Yeah, I like this one. And it kind of shows me a different side of her that I wasn't expecting at all. Holy crap, sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Something stuck in my throat, I'm sorry guys. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica told me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. You shouldn't say that. Don't get ahead of yourself. Stories always had a bad habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Just to wrap this up. In general, like most of the characters, they've moved beyond, just tropes to where they're more layered, more three-dimensional and stuff, but there wasn't anything that contrasted as much as it did just now. Like this actually hints at hidden depths to the character, like something that would maybe completely change my way of looking at her. So I'm interested in seeing how that keeps on going. Like it's intriguing because I don't really know what's gonna come up next, so to speak. I don't know the end game, and if people are to be believed, that's gonna be a surprise until it actually hits me. So yeah, let's keep it going. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters and have designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Oh, Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sorry, you've been coloring a poster. Who's been coloring a poster holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Sayori? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, She has a point. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. ... But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with oneself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club together. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it too. Dot 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 dot. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Dot dot dot. Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Dot dot dot. Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Ahaha, that's everyone. That's not good, though. Like, if she doesn't feel comfortable, you shouldn't push her. Anyway. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. I wonder. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica. This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Ahaha, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Ahaha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri is fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. There's the after image again. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. ... Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay. Guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. I think we can get those two back here until we have to finish the episode. So let's make this quick. This one's called My Meadow. Aha. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than you thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, in front of a mirror or in your own head. So it's your poems. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori means when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even falmunction likes it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. And my throat is killing me. I'm sorry, guys. I promise it's not just the reading, it's also like I have something in my throat. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before falmunction. Oh, yeah. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well have falmunction lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. Well, do I even have a poem prepared? It's not, like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Well, yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are y'all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just for friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, wow. You won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets to let you know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Makes my skirt fly up for no reason too. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehehe. Geez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, falmunction, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Well. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. ... Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sorry, fumbles with the words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. That's the thing. Like, there's clearly something going on between the two. And in order to clear that up, I think the best thing for everyone involved would be for them to give it a shot. So there you go. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, falmunction. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it too, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? And with that, and I guess the next poem is coming up, I think that's enough for this episode. Mostly I do like the character progression, the way everybody seems to get their arc, at least, or I wouldn't say arc, but it's more like we keep finding out new aspects of their characters, I think is maybe the best way of putting it. So for that, I'm really happy for playing this, but at the same time, it's also getting a little bit stale, because it's just always, walk to school, then literature club, we get to read each other's poems, then there's some sort of bit after that, then we go home, then we write the next poem, etc., etc. I hope they change it up real fast. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Next time, we're gonna be making our third poem. I don't know how far away we are from the festival, but if nothing else, that would definitely be a change up in the story, I hope. So yeah, thanks for watching it second time, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye-bye.